everyone is well. I'm sorry that my videos have been a bit sporadic lately. I am in the midst of a bit of an intense deadline season with my masters, so I want to ensure that I'm actually producing quality content, and I don't have the time to do that at the moment. So I'm filming or writing blog posts as and when I can, rather than just forcing stuff out that actually isn't very good. I've had a really sort of slightly different day. Rather than focusing all my attention on my assignments, I met up with a friend and had a bit of a sort of chilled out, looking at some bits sort of beyond September and graduation, and then come home. I've done a bit of my assignments, and I thought, now I feel a bit not rested, but a bit recuperated. Let's do my video, because actually I'd just sat down to drink some tea and thought, why not better than to share it with everyone else? So if you watched my last video, you will have seen that I did an unboxing with the T-Ology tea subscription, and today I have been drinking, actually for this past week, I've been drinking the T-Ology Black Forest Earl Grey. Now, I've never heard anything like this before, so I was really intrigued when I opened the box and it was in there. Because I love cherries and I love Earl Grey. Not too keen on Black Forest cake as such, but I thought this sounds really interesting. Can't wait to try it. So it's been the first one I've tried. So the ingredients are black tea, natural flavouring, rosebuds, cherry and jasmine flowers. Natural flavouring, I'm presuming, is the bergamot, but I mean, you just have to open the bag a little bit, and there is this wonderful hit of the bergamot, but it's not too overpowering. Like a little bit of the orangey citric notes, and then this lovely cherry. Oh, I could smell this all day. I'd wear this as a perfume probably. So the black leaves are quite a consistent colour and size. They crush down a little bit, I suppose, where I've held the bag, and it's just sort of slight damage to the leaves. The leaves are almost black, but sort of with that really nice rich, I don't say there's a vibrancy because that's not the right word, but it's sort of, it doesn't look a dull colour, and it's beautiful with the white and blue petals in it, but it just smells so fruity and delicious, but not too, what's the word I'm thinking of, not too artificially fruity. It just smells like there's lovely, nice fruit in it. I'm sure, I don't want to pull the whole thing out. Yes. And when you pour the tea out, there is, if that will focus, a cherry in there, which is quite cool. I didn't realise that was when it poured it out. So actually, you know that there's real cherries in there. So that's I just love the smell of that. Very fragrant. Then, so I have pre-brewed already. So what I love about the T-Ology packaging is that it actually says serving size per cup, ideal infusing temperature, infusion time, and then an idea. And this one says pair with high cocoa dark chocolate. The other two that I've got say put a small amount of coconut oil in, or the other one says condensed milk, which is a really nice idea. So they'll actually give you a bit of options to do with the tea as you're making them. So this one is 1 teaspoon per cup, and the ideal temperature is 100 degrees, and the infusion time is 2 minutes. So that is what I have done already, and I've infused and brewed already. And the tea has itself lightened up quite a bit, so it's less sort of black and a really nice dark woody brown. Again, quite consistent in colour. The leaves have unfurled. They're not whole leaves, but it's quite sort of nice chunky sized chopped leaves, which is good. And again, there's nice consistency in them. Smell is, the cherry has slightly dulled a little bit. You can smell it still there, but it's not as not as overpowering. But anything the citric notes come out a bit more, and the black tea smell as well. It's quite a nice sort of, it doesn't smell too different from the tea itself, but that is, that's quite nice. I hope. I'm having trouble with my camera. In the last one, my focus kept going in and out, so I'm trying with the remote on my phone. So if I keep looking down, that's because I want to make sure I'm in focus and also in shot, because I can't see it in the top screen on my camera. But this is the liquor then. It actually looks a little bit darker on camera, but it's a really nice sort of honey golden, quite clear. I actually dropped a few bits of the leaves in there, but it's quite a nice, clear, vibrant, glowing colour. In the cherry's there more in this than it is in the wet leaves, with the sort of just an afternote of the bergamot slightly, just bergamot, cherry, bergamot slightly. And it's just nice. It's like I wouldn't say it's like a Bakewell, because it's not like a Bakewell. It's like a cherry sweet, and I can't remember the sweets, but there were sweets where they were cherry, and so it really tastes like a cherry cake, and it's just, but not overpowering and not sickly like I'd imagine. I had a green tea Bakewell once, I think. Is it green? Yeah, green tea Bakewell tea, or Bakewell green tea, and it just tasted fake, whereas this is just, you still get that tea, the black tea, but it's not overpowered by the cherry, and neither is it overpowering the cherry. And I really like this, as I've been having it in the mornings, but actually I need to start drinking it a bit more in the afternoons, like I am now, because I think it's quite a nice, I think it's got quite a nice afternoon pick-me-up. There is that sweetness to it, but it's almost, because I've got this, it reminds me as if I'm eating a Bakewell tart or something, so I don't, or having a glass of cherries, bowl of cherries. I don't feel like I need to snack on anything else. And almost, I love the idea that they put it with the high cocoa dark chocolate, but I almost kind of don't want to try it with anything else. I think you'd lose the element of it, and it's just, I don't know. It's just a lovely colour. It just looks, I'll say it looks happy. That's really weird. But it just doesn't look dull and that it's going to be a bad cup of tea. It just looks nice. So I've really been enjoying drinking this tea, but I have to be careful drinking it in I take to classes a big corksicle, I think that's how I say the name, flask that I put it in, and I found that when I drank my Ceylon the next day, because I was alternating days of drinking it, actually there was a hint of, like, far in the distance hint of cherry with my Ceylon, which wasn't awful, but I could tell it was there. So I'm trying to just drink this at home rather than putting it in my corksicle, because there is a little bit of tarnish, that's not the right word, but there is a sort of a little bit of residue left over in it. So I am just having to be careful with that, but I really like this tea, and I think that it's such a unique flavour. I've never seen anything like this kind of idea of flavourings before, and I think it's a really unique element. It's not in the same way that we eat strawberries, blackberries, or even blueberries. We eat quite a lot of them in the UK, but it's just cherries seem to be sort of a really underestimated fruit. But I love cherries so much, so we're really happy when I saw this one, and I am intrigued to carry on drinking with it. Actually, it'd be really interesting to try cooking with the tea, putting it in the base of the sponge and seeing how sort of whether that incorporated any further flavour. But even I'm thinking, again, tea cocktails. I just tend to want to put every tea in tea cocktails. But I think it would be, again, sort of, trying to do, because it's an unusual flavour, actually what the possibilities you could do with it, but you put it in Bakewell, or I don't know, any type of cake. Where's a bit of cherry pie? That would be a good, as like some kind of saucy thing to go over the top. That would be really nice to make. So for my first proper week's drinking of the T-Ology Black Forest Earl Grey, I have to say I am loving this flavour. Definitely would recommend this tea. Get the T-Ology tea subscription, and they've been brilliant enough to actually do an offer. So if you use the code HRTTEA, so HRTEA 10, when you go to sign up for their subscription packs, they actually will give you 10% off, which is super cool and super amazing. But definitely check them out. You actually get a full amount of tea to really spend the month drinking the teas that you've got. You haven't got sort of 3 sort of taster amounts that you try it and then you don't really get into it. This is a good amount to really experience and experiment with the tea. You try brewing it a little bit stronger, a little bit milder, change the temperatures, you know, do other things with it. So like they said, this one so much, but you know, try it with some cocoa, try it with coconut oil or the condensed milk. So I'm really excited to see what other flavours that they bring out and what the little ideas bit in it is as well, because I think that's a really nice touch. But definitely check T-Ology out. Please visit my blog post about this tea, where there'll be a sort of few more close-ups and a bit of a further description on the teas. But I hope you're all well. I'm really sorry for the sporadic postings of video and blog posts and everything. But please do, if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe, like this video if you like this, and visit my blog, Hannah Ruth Tea. I chat about my experiences and thoughts with tea and trying different teas, and I'd really love to share it with you guys. And if anyone has any brands or certain types of tea that I need to try, please do let me know. I love having recommendations, especially if other people have experienced them before. But I hope everyone is well, and please just keep an eye out for any new videos that I'll be doing. I am going to try and get back into it after next week. I will be doing them back on once a week again, and hopefully start increasing as time goes on and I can get my hands on more tea, because I love buying tea. But I hope everyone's well, and I will see you all soon. Bye.